It's going down, yo. It is going down in a big way. My brother is in a private school, my little brother, and I just heard about a teacher who was fired for allowing racism. There was a parent-teacher conference, and someone said something racist, and the teacher didn't object, so she was fired. Now, I asked what the racist comment was, and no one knew because no one noticed it but this one parent who complained. But that's all it should take. All it should take is one person calling out racism, and whoever is around and doesn't do something about it should have their entire life flushed down the toilet, even if that person is a liberal and walks around with a safety pin saying, "I love Hillary," and all that stuff. Those aren't the kind of allies we need. We need allies who will fight, especially women. Now, this happened again recently. I think it was in Tennessee, where a woman who describes herself as a queer, black, fed-up feminist, uhuru, I'm an ally, she was filling out a multiple choice in class. And the last two, it was something about slavery. And answer C was, black family bonds were destroyed by the abuse of slave owners who regularly sold off family members to other slave owners. Sounds right. D, most slave families were headed by two parents. So this fed-up feminist chose C because it sounds good. And the teacher said, no, it's D. Just because 2/3 of slaves were headed by two-parent families, and there's less today, I think 1 in 4 are headed by two-parent families. That's not the point. The point is that C is what her fed-up feminist beliefs are. And this teacher, after all this girl said was, I think I'm right because it sounds right, and the teacher was rude. And the teacher said, unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring the textbook to class today, meaning the textbook that proves that 2/3 had two parents, because my bag is full of other texts for a student who requires further evidence on subjects I teach in class. So this teacher's complaining that she has to prove every time she gives someone a bad mark just because she was right and the other person was technically not mathematically accurate, but she was accurate in her feelings. And this brings me to another case that I'm furious about, where this makeup artist said nigger 12 years ago. And she thinks, or he thinks that's okay? No. If you've ever said nigger, you should be fired for the rest of your life whenever we find out you did. And I don't like it even when it's done in the right context, like Quentin Tarantino said nigger like 1,000,000 times. You should only say nigger. You should never say nigger, ever, under any circumstances. And if you do, you have to pay the piper. You have to pay the price, and the price is infinity dollars. Now, this brings me to my last case, which was at Milton Academy in Boston. This woman, this disgusting cow of a bitch, racist bitch who needs to die, she put on some sort of makeup mud mask, and it looked like blackface, and she Snapchatted that to her friend, okay? Now, her friend thought it was quote-unquote funny, and her friend saved it in her pictures. Then, about a year later, a queer black fed-up feminist, a different one, saw that picture in her pictures. Now, the school did what was prudent at the time. They took 3 days off where everyone was allowed to process the fact that someone had a picture of a mud mask on her phone that looked like blackface. And they all protested for days and days and days in order to have this sort of a flushing of the system to get that out, because that could traumatize you. Now, I know what you're saying, Miles. You're saying, no, I know what you're saying. You're not Miles, I'm Miles. You're saying, hey, what do we do about this? I mean, we can keep firing people, even people who pretend to be allies. We can keep firing these racist professors who keep boring us with hate facts, but we have to come up with a bigger solution. We have to fight. But I don't want to fight. That's what men do. So here's the solution. I am helping to organize a female army of women who can go and beat up Nazis. It's called the Haymakers Club. Roll the tape. Check it out. We get these badass, kick-ass chicks. Just play it, man. Oh, you are playing it. We get them to fight. And I don't know if especially obese women, plus-size women with body images, they're mad. And they can tackle guys and punch. It's another kind. Look at that. They can knee guys in the balls. We're going to get these women and women in hijabs. They go like this, and they'll punch all these racist professors in the face. And I swear to God, if we keep doing this and keep practicing and keep getting women to kick heavy bags and punch, we can end racism forever. You need to punch a Nazi. And when I say Nazi, I mean every professor basically in the world that doesn't want all whites to be killed right now. That's a juice bar. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Rebel Edge, where you can find all the videos that are exactly like this one, but different.